He no longer me to watch Pinksheep. Go watch more Pinksheep. What about this video? Become zoned for you. Because you turn on the camera. Hey guys, welcome to the exploding.
Yo, what's up, my prankster gangsters? Recently I hit 5,000,000 subscribers. I'm not really sure what number that is, but I think it is bigger than 43, and 43 is a really big number. Anyways, to celebrate, I'm going to do a draw my life because a lot of you guys suggested it. I had recorded something earlier, but I realized it was completely wrong. I just keep drawing the word life over and over, but then I realized that wasn't right. I searched long and far deep into the internet only to find out that draw my life literally means to draw out my entire life. I also had to un-V1 a noob because of how rude he was to your boy. All you really have to know is that I was born a prankster gangster and have been a prankster gangster ever since, but I know you guys want me to go into detail. It all started in the year where I was brought into this world at the top of a very tall castle. I was in the top of the tower for so long that my mustache grew so long that it hung all the way to the ground out the window. A wild Herobrine said, "Pink sheep, let down your hair," and I was like, la 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 la, now fam, this mustache hair is all for myself. Anyways, so I got bored being in the tower, so I climbed down my own mustache hair. I soon realized that my mustache was too long and itchy and that I had to do something about it. That was the moment I started trimming my mustache. Your boy has been a perfectionist since day one of trimming mustaches. Also, around the early days of being a prankster gangster, me and this guy named Leonardo da Vinci used to hang out a lot and drink sodas together. Still to this day, Leonardo da Vinci is the only guy ever that can wear a mustache and a beard and still look prankster gangster. Also, a lot of you may be wondering where I get my amazing art skills, and believe it or not, Leonardo da Vinci taught me. About 15 years later, the king at the time recruited your boy to do an epic task. The king knew how MLG your boy was even at such a young age. He recruited the young prankster gangster to slay some dragons to protect the village. It turns out the dragon I was meant to slay was actually my wife, the Ender Dragon. We didn't really like each other back then, but we actually came to an agreement over a hopscotch game for her to stop raiding the village. Over 43 years later, your boy started sailing on boats and stuff. I sailed for so long that I found an unknown land that no one else has claimed before. I was there chilling like a prankster gangster when this guy Christopher Columbus came to the same place I was and tried to act like he found this place first. I was so mad that my mustache actually talked to me and calmed me down. It was the first time my mustache had ever talked to me. I am most definitely a perfectionist when it comes to trimming mustaches, but there was this one time I got distracted by a really nice grilled cheese sandwich that made me miscut my mustache. It was so embarrassing that all the other cheeps were laughing at me. I learned my lesson to never get distracted when trimming my mustache. I was such a noob then, but over time I have built up enough skill to trim my mustache perfectly in my sleep. About 42 years later, I randomly saw Herobrine at a play I was attending. We started talking and then started hanging out over at his house. I never really liked hanging out with Herobrine because he was very ugly and was sort of smelly. The reason I kept hanging out with him though was that his mom made the best cookies I have ever eaten. She would make so many cookies for me and Herobrine, but I was such a prankster gangster that I didn't let Herobrine have any. His mom eventually ran out of money to buy cookie stuff for your boy, so I stopped hanging out with Herobrine after that. Let's just skip to the 20th century because there wasn't anything really interesting that happened. The 20th century is the first time color was ever a thing. Up until then, we all saw in black and white. This was also the first time I discovered I was pink. I knew instantly pink was the greatest color ever. Also, the sun really shined in my eyes, so I got sunglasses. This was the moment I knew I was more prankster gangster than ever. Everyone would stare at me being jealous of my MLG sunglasses because of how amazing they are. This one time I used the sunlight to reflect off of my sunglasses to burn a piece of paper, but accidentally burned a little of my mustache. But yo, please don't tell anyone I burned a little of my mustache once. Back in 1937, this one guy offered me a job as a school teacher because he said you are so handsome and that you have a lot of MLG skills that could be used to teach kids. Now, I had never been to school in my life, but I agreed because I wanted to teach kids how to be a prankster gangster like me. I taught the kids how to trim their mustache, look like a prankster gangster, and more. It went great, but eventually I got bored and wanted to do even more. I really badly wanted to be in the Olympics, but I had no clue of how to even sign up for it. I spent over 3 months researching how to get into the Olympics. The reason it took so long is because there was no internet back then and you had to use an ancient technique called going to the library. I eventually found out that the 1948 Olympics were in London, England. I showed up to the front door of the Olympics and was like, yo, let me compete. My mustache is very strong. They quickly agreed and let me compete. I competed in multiple Olympics, but that definitely was the most memorable one because it was my first one ever. That is when I started building up a name for myself. Alright, so now let's move closer to the 21st century. Some of you guys know this already, but this is something definitely worth noting. I was down in the sewers one day looking for my mustache trimmers when all of a sudden a mouse came up to me. He gave me back my mustache trimmers because he had found them. I threw them into the lava because I was not about to touch mustache trimmers that had been handled by a mouse. The reason this moment is worth mentioning is because that is the first time I had met Exploding TNT. I didn't want to talk to him at first because he is very smelly and you know how your boy acts around smelly things. Later on, Exploding TNT actually invited me to be in some of his videos, which is how we became closer and closer. But don't think we are crazy BFF close because he still smells like cheese. The first time Exploding TNT invited me
Oh man, this is called wasting time. Okay, pause.
to be in one of his videos, I was like, nah fam, you probably have like 0 fans. And he showed me he had thousands of fans, so you already know your boy wanted to be in the spotlight. We filmed for 3 days straight and you already know I was fueled on Doritos and Mountain Dew to stay alive. A day or two after Exploding TNT finished filming, the video appeared on YouTube. The video got tons and tons of support, and that inspired me to want to keep acting and become MLG-ed. So the next thing is a big part of my life. It all started when I was chilling minding my own business like a true prankster gangster when an egg spun under me. I started malfunctioning and had no clue what was even going on. I then realized that this egg that spun under me was put there for a reason. I took the egg as my own and sat on the egg like a penguin for endless nights. The unfortunate thing is that it hatched when I went to go milk a cow, so I never actually got to see it hatch. Anyways, I was looking everywhere for the egg. I was about to lose hope, then this ugly creature came up to me and said that he is my son. I was shocked that an ugly thing could come out of an egg that is part of me. The Ender Dragon was also searching for the egg as it is hers, but she was just as shocked that the egg hatched and that an ugly creature like that came out. She was against the idea of me and her being husband and wife, but she later agreed to it as she told me she had a crush on me all that time ago. The creature that hatched from that egg is who you guys know as Purple Chef. He is by no doubt the most ugliest thing you have ever seen, but he is my son, so I have to be proud of his ugliness. We all have our weaknesses, like for example, the Ender Dragon has breath that could make your dog never smell again. Purple Chef is ugly and nearly impossible to look at. Me, on the other hand, I am basically flawless. The next thing is also a big part as well in my life. It all started when I saw Exploding TNT have tons of fans surrounding him wanting his autograph. I wanted the same thing, so I snuck inside of his house to use his gear to record my first video. He caught me doing it, so I begged him to help me start my YouTube channel. He agreed to help, and I can say making a YouTube channel has been one of the best decisions in my life. I have tons and tons of you guys watching me every time I upload a video, and that is absolutely amazing. Some of you are hashtag haters and smell like sour cream and onion Pringles, but at the end of the day, you have to take the bad with the good. I have also had probably some of the most fun ever making videos because I have got to play with you guys in mini games and also have beaten you so bad that you quit the server, which is always fun. When I started my channel, I didn't think I would have nearly as many fans as I have today. After a lot of hard work of telling Purple Ship every time to get off the keyboard, I have reached 5,000,000 subscribers. That is too big for your boy to count, as I can only count to 43. Thank you guys so much for being such prankster gangsters by subscribing and watching my videos when I upload them. It means a lot to me because I get to rub it in exploding TNT's face that I have fans too. We are that closer to dominating YouTube, homies, and with more videos I know we can. Thank you so much for this milestone, homies. It has changed my life so much. Also, thank you so much for all the support. Peace out, homies, and I expect 1 million subscribers by Tuesday.
Yeah. People. Sheep.
Hello, Daddy.
If videos just comment down below. Those who want to see something, run bringing something. Yeah. Today, in the description. So, yeah. Bye. Bye.